Something's got a hold on me lately. Oh, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Oh, oh, I'm a mind. How many times should I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Taking a toll on me, trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bone. Don't you know, strong when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you, can't you see? Oh, no, God, strong when you're not next to me. Breaking my heart, baby, you got the best of me. Problematic. Problem is, man, we better jump the fight like a bad habit. Breaking my feel. Dread Eggs, Indiana Jackson, Lash's Journey. Kay Renee, thank y'all for coming. I'm just out here pruning. I'm doing some pruning my apple trees, spraying them down with some soapy water and baking soda to try to kill anything that's on them. I don't want to spray nothing harsh. I ain't spraying no copper fungicide or none of that this year because it didn't do no good. It didn't do no good last year when I sprayed it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And right, the one y'all looking at is the hard head. That's what I call her. That's that Honey Crisp apple. She done grew. She was like 4 foot, 4.5 foot. Now she's reaching about 10.5, 11 foot. Now she done grow like crazy this year. So I'm finna have to trim her back because all my trees is I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 apple trees right here, and this little I don't know I would say 30 foot 30 foot area. So I got to keep mine trimmed pretty short. Plus I ain't that tall anyway, so I ain't trying to let them get gigantic. I still get enough apples for my family and 2 or 3 other families once they start producing good. Miss Patty, thank you for coming. The dwarf size apples, it don't matter if they dwarf or not. You put them in the ground, they can tell you they dwarf all day long. Once you put them in the ground, they're gonna grow to be their normal height. That's just my dogs running around. Yeah, but when you pruning your apples, well, when you pruning anything, the first thing you want to look for is anything that's dead or anything that's growing inward towards the center of the tree. You don't want that in there. You want to get that out, especially on the apples. I think most of your apples, and I could be wrong, but it's just my opinion from what I've seen from the apple trees that I own. Most of my trees, they produce apples on the lateral branches. You know, the lateral branch is the one that's facing outward. So I think if more than branches you can get bent downward, the more chances you get more apples. That's just the way I think. That's the way I've seen from most of my apple. I already got everything that was growing inward on this tree. So And now I'm just gonna chop her back to about 6 foot. All that right there I'm taking off. These branches I'm trimming. And all these side branches I'm trimming too. You want to look at your trees when you trim it too, to know which direction you want it to grow, because each one of them got a bud on it. And the bud, some buds will be going this way, some buds will be going that way. So you just want to prune it to the down to the bud where you want it to go to. So I'm pruning mine there. Prune that one there. So I want them to all go outward. If I would left these long, they would outgrow that central leader, and they'll try to become the central leader. So I always want to cut them shorter than your central. These on the side, they look pretty good, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. This Granny Smith apple right beside it don't really need that much pruning, so I'm gonna leave that alone too. This Gala apple right here, it don't really need no pruning either. I'm gonna leave him alone. That little one right there, I grew from a seed, so I'm gonna name that the Odom's apple. This one right here, and it don't need no pruning. This is a crab apple right here too. I got this from Arbor Day. And this one right here, that's my Red Delicious apple. He needs some pruning. First thing I'm gonna look for is anything that's growing inward, anything that's dead, any insects or anything that's growing on it. That's on it, or any eggs. Looking pretty good. So there's only a few I think I need to cut out. This one right here that's growing up with this central leader, I want to get that one out, so I'm gonna cut that all the way back to the collar. Anything growing down below like that is called a sucker. You want to get them out because that's gonna sap energy from your tree. Corner Cobalt, thank you for coming. Yeah, you want to get them out because that's gonna sap energy out of your tree. That one right there is my Arkansas Black. Arkansas Black is a real good disease-resistant apple to cedar rust. That's what's most common around here. Cedar rust is a fungus. It grows on cedar trees, and they'll sprout off these. I don't. Let me see if I can find one so I can show y'all, because I think it's honey. No, this is Granny Smith apple. Not too much this year. Well, I found one. And this ain't really bad. You can look it up and you can see it a lot better. But let's get that back. You see them spots on there like that? Usually it'll be like fur. Well, you can see it a little bit. It's like furry, like right there. That right there is cedar rust. And it won't hurt your tree. It'll sap some of this energy. And it'll make your apples will get infected once you get apples on it. And that's a fungus, and it comes from cedar trees. If there's any cedar trees in your area, and you got trees that's not resistant to it, then they're gonna get it. It don't matter how much copper fungicide you spray, when you spray. You're supposed to spray in the fall, and then right before it rains. Right before the spring, before they bud out, and then again right before the first rain starts. And I did all that, and some of mine still got it. So I mean, it really don't matter. I just put them dwarf Cavendish bananas back there. Put more strawberries down here. Put a fig at the end of last season. That one right there from the leaf pattern, I can tell that's a LSU Gold. There's another one right here, that's a LSU Gold. That right there is that $5 tree that I got from Walmart. It's a red Golden Delicious. My Golden Delicious passed last spring, so I bought this one for $7. And they not disease resistant to cedar rust, so it gets it. Anything I see over here, these right here I don't want, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them off. This one growing right here is gonna actually start growing up. I don't want that. I'm gonna take that off. This one right here, I'm gonna leave because I'm hoping it'll go this way. This one right here, I'm hoping I can get it bent so it'll grow that way. You can bend any of these branches just by putting something in between them, a spacer, piece of wood, or staking them down, either way. And I think on your apple trees, the more lateral branches you have, the more chance you are to get more apples. This right here, I'm gonna go ahead and take that thing. This little light of mine damn near burned me alive. Lord knows that mama tried and I don't know if I'm halfway to heaven or halfway to hell. My angels and demons at war with myself. Some deal right here that I need to get harvested. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them 2 spruits. That's basically what I'm doing. Random J, thank you for coming. The bud files. And I got my little trifoliage orange. I bought that shit. A little bit of sticks is coming up looking pretty nice. These bananas right here is Carolina Kings. Got another little fig I put right there. That is just by looking at it, remember. But I think that is the Beast LSU Purple. Sorry about that. My dog's running crazy. Had put the greenhouse up. It's been getting down to 40s and something, just so I can put my citrus in there. When they start getting down into freezing, I'll have to bring them in the house because that greenhouse ain't enough for them. And over here cleaning this area over here, expanding this area, trying to get more. Still getting plenty of beans, green beans. Still getting plenty of peppers. Just pruned all of my grapevines. I got a few I'm gonna move, so I haven't pruned them yet. I gotta listen to my music while I'm out here in the garden. I tell myself I'm just a guy who's been down on his luck his whole life. And I feel like I'm led by the blind. Oh, I still getting some peppers. They still coming in pretty good. It's about time to take them up too. So this year I'm just letting stuff go till the frost knock it back. Get as much as I can Tomatoes need to be pruned, but we still getting a lot of tomatoes. I know that I need to change, but I don't. When this low, I'm on the edge of just losing control. Only thing keeps them from stealing my soul. God, don't let me go. I only dance with the devil I know. These tomatoes right here, they call beautiful. And they set a lot of clusters. And they get to be nice sizes. Nowhere as big as them Goliath or them Belgian pink giants. Some Belgian pink giants. Here's one right here. That's a Goliath. They get huge. But they do split a lot. And the reason why I'm thinking they split a lot, because where I got them tied up. You getting 2 pairs next spring? What kind of pears you getting? Yeah, I gotta get over and prune my pears. A lot of bananas. Bananas for days. These Musu Bajus. Them big boys right there, them Carolina Kings. The Musu dish. And then I got my pineapple guavas and yellow guavas over there. And another feed cutting. This is my Red Haven peach that I planted here this spring. Got this on pretty cheap too. I don't spend too much on trees. I don't spend too much on nothing. This one I'm gonna prune too. Get me a wipe and wipe my cutter back off. Yeah, in between each tree, you want to use some either some peroxide. I use peroxide or alcohol swabs or something like that, just so you ain't spreading disease from one tree to the next. And this is my Red Haven peach. Peaches, you want to kind of keep an open center. You don't want it to grow one straight center leader. They like to be aired out. So anything that's growing into the center, like this right here, I take out. Anything dead, disease, look at the tips. See any bugs and like anything, eggs or anything, you want to go ahead and treat for that. Simple dishwasher detergent and water will suffocate and smother 99% of all insects. So yeah, I just had to spray this blue Thompson plum right here. You see, look at all that. I don't know if you can see that good or not, but you see all them egg deposits under there? It's a bunch of it. Yeah, I just sprayed that. And see, they all dead already. And I sprayed them right before I come live. And you can see our friendly, where'd she go? I don't want to scare her. Ladybug. Out here trying to take care of them for me. My Violet de Bordeaux fig, have a lot of cuttings of her this year. She has grown like crazy. Same thing with my Texas Everbearing and Italian Honey. Grown like crazy, so I have a lot of cuttings off of them. This Blue Thompson Plum. Wipe off my cutters again. But she got a lot of growth below down here that I want to get off. Anything like this that's trying to drag the ground, I'm getting that off. Anything too low, I'm going to take off. just like that. She'll be all right growing. Plums, they'll be all right growing like that. You can let them grow a little while. You just don't want them to get too tall if you got a small space. I gotta knock them down a lot. My Alberta peach, my Bella Georgia peach, they gotta come down a lot. Pineapple guava right here, and that's a yellow guava that I planted at the beginning of this spring. I ain't gonna cut them. I'll pile straw up around them, but they supposed to be harder than my zone anyway. The pineapple guavas, they didn't die back last year. I planted them last year. They didn't die back. They did pretty good. So I don't think they'll have no problems. That yellow guava supposed to be hard enough to my zone, so we'll see. I think it's another guava. It's a strawberry guava supposed to be harder than my zone, I believe. If it is, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Cause I got the yellow, I got the pineapple, I got a white guava and a pink guava that's in pots. They ain't harder than my zone, so they won't make it. Got a lot of green beans still producing. These green beans growing to be a big size. They large. Some good sized green bean. I know I ain't been doing no lives or nothing in the last couple of weeks. I probably won't even get it off the chest Thursday this week either. Been going through some with my uncle. He last Monday he had a massive heart attack. He's on life support. So, been battling that and a few other things at work. So I don't know, my schedule might have to change. I don't know if I can go live as much as I was because everything that's going on. But yeah, life. Life happens to us all. I think we're going to Indiana Jackson. Oh, I spoke to y'all. Sorry I heard that. That's life. I mean, it don't make it no easy. No matter how old you get, man, just to see somebody that you care about, man, it's just hard to see somebody like that. And he's on life support. Been on life support since last Monday. It's a long time, and it's not looking good. I think they finna make a decision tomorrow. So I took off work. Try to be down there. It's hard. It's hard to see somebody. It don't make it how old you get. It's hard to see somebody you love in that state, in that condition. You know what I'm saying? He's what, 73? Uncle Mac? Yeah, 73. 73. Dude, some of the funny things I remember about my Uncle Carmack is when we was younger. I mean, I probably was about 13, somewhere off in there. He used to have his big Buick LeSabre, a big four barrel on it. And man, he used to take us to the gas station. He'd go to the gas station and give us 50 and 60 cents and stuff. So go in there and put this in gas. Man, that was embarrassing as crap. I remember that, boy. That was my Uncle Mac. Good old memories. I spent a lot of time over my Uncle Max when I was in high school. Nancy B, thank you for coming. Just lost your sister in August. It sucks. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Today is her birthday. Mm, sorry to hear that. I know that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Yeah, it don't matter how older we get, boy. It seems like people just dying left and right. Only thing you can do is, I'll speak the name of Jesus over you. In your hurting, in your sorrow, I will ask my God to move. I'll speak the name 'cause it's all that I can do. In desperation, I'll seek heaven and pray this for you. I'll pray for your healing. The circumstances would change. I pray that the fear inside would flee. In Jesus' name, I pray that the breakthrough would happen today. I pray miracles over your life. In Jesus' name. The only thing we can do is keep praying. Man, these days it's crazy. Back to my ideas. What I'm planning on doing here, still ain't did it yet. Still got to compost this over and add wood chips. Then I'll move. My plan on moving my other my cherry trees right here, lining them up right here, and putting them here. All this comfrey. I got to dig some up because I'm gonna give some to Miss. Well, I got comfrey everywhere. This bush right here, I'll probably dig up. So Miss Shirley wants some roots from that, so I'm gonna give Miss Shirley some of them roots, and I think she want a couple grapevine cuttings. Get up out of that sand, boy. Get up out of that sand. Look at you. Look at this dog. Look at his nose. I don't know if I can zoom in with this thing or not. Look at my dogs, man. My dogs is wild. Sometimes I just sit out here and trip off of them. They wild. That's St. Thomas. That right there is Spice. She my baby. She likes to give hugs. My blueberries, I'm finna prune them too. On your blueberries, I think what is after third year, that thick stalk, it won't produce as good as it used to. So I mean, it's best to get that out. Any dead limbs, stuff like that, best to get that out. Cabbage, some of it's looking pretty good, some of it's not. Raspberries, I think some of them gonna take. My wife's granddaughter's dwarf cannas right there. I'm splitting them up. I'm moving a lot of them out. Them rose bushes, they coming out. I just want to open this area up a little bit more. And I'm probably gonna end up just fencing this whole area off and putting a top on, insect netting across the top. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Law. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just out here working. Sorry I ain't seen y'all in a while. Tell y'all keep me motivated, keep me going, keep me positive when I'm having hard times. David Corey with the crops. What's going on, bro? Oh, I forgot. Mr. Watermelon King himself. So far, David Corey with the crop is the Watermelon King of 2023, y'all, with a 49 pounder. I ain't seen nobody else that big. I think Lioncrest had one with 32. I think the biggest one I got was only like a little 10 pounder. And Stacy, I think he got a 16 pounder. Yes, sir. That crown going to Texas this year. I used to know a song about Texas. I forgot how it go now. Well, you get older, you can't hardly remember nothing. I swear. Different plans for this, all of this stuff. I'm taking these boxes up. I'll probably just build one big long box to go around the front of this. Because I'm going to put some more rails up here and I'm going to fence this all off with probably with hardware cloth. Or probably now chicken wire, because it still got stuff in here that got to be pollinated. So probably some chicken wire and put insect over the top. That's what I plan on doing. Look, these marigolds, I pulled them up yesterday, and they still, look, like they still fresh. They still fresh. Even the basil. The basil, these things grew in the bushes this year. On your basil, it's easy to preserve your basil for next year. If you live in a cold climate where it dies back, you take one of these cuttings right here. I got some in there in water now. Just make sure you get that right there is a node. You want to get at least one that got 2 or 3 nodes on it. Just take that cutting, scrape that thing back like that, set it in some, just scrape it, set it in some water in the house, and it'll start, you see about a week, I'll say about a week, you'll see roots start coming out of it, and it actually starts flowering. Once you see good root development, you want to go ahead and put that in some water, and in some dirt or some soil, and just keep it in your wind in the house till spring come. And when spring come, throw it out there. Put it out there in some dirt, in some soil, and let it grow. Same thing with oregano. Oregano, you can just pretty much pull a whole piece up, and it's probably already got some roots on it. You can do rosemary like that. Thyme is easy to do like that. Most of your herbs you can do like that. It's so easy to keep your herbs the next year so you don't have to go around and buy no more starts or trying to start no seeds. And as far as your tomatoes, it's best to go ahead and take the seeds out of the one that you grew the year before, because they already know your environment. They already know what they're going to be growing in, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to do better than them new seeds that you bought. That's just been from my experience. These Nat King cherries, I want to move them, but I don't think I am. The blue dot, this is my 5-in-1 plum right here. I've been hesitant to prune this one because I don't know what variety is where. It just growing like crazy. But I don't know which variety is which. And I don't want to cut a whole variety out. So I just go around and cut out whatever I see that's dead. Anything I see that's dead, that's what I cut off of this. Anything else, I just leave because I don't know. I seen them pruners too yesterday, David. I need some of them pruners. These things done had it. You say you want them from Mona? As far as my grapes, I think the best ones is that Carlos Muscadine and it's Niagara grapes. These Niagara grapes, they produce a lot. And I know grapevines is easy to root. For me, all I do is when I prune them, I just throw them down and cover them up with wood chips. Next spring, I got a whole new grapevine coming up. Shandy 2003, thank you for coming. It's a whole new grapevine coming up. A lot of stuff we just put too much effort into doing it. And most of the time, that's why it fails. Mother Nature been doing it for years, and it didn't use rooting hormone and none of that old stuff. So most of the time, I think we overdo it. and we kill stuff. Because everything want to live. Everything want to live. That's a new grapevine that I planted this year, which I'm gonna move it down there where the big Concord grape is, because I'm taking that out and putting it on the back fence row because it ain't been doing good. So it's got to go. I ain't gonna throw it away, but it's gonna be back there growing. If the birds can have them, they can have them if they get any. I ain't getting nothing but a little cluster this year and last year off of it. So if you ain't producing, you gotta go. You got to go. That's a blue Concord. It's supposed to be very good, so we're gonna see about that. We're gonna put that through the challenge. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm out here doing my pruning. Finna get right down here, go ahead and cook my granddaughter something to eat. Cause my wife is at work, so we're gonna cook us. I'm gonna cook us some chicken probably. Got garlic growing all up in that pot right there. And we was talking about garlic last night on Miss Linda's live. Most of my garlic I got from the store, and I just keep reusing. I just use the smaller bulbs to replant, so I don't have to keep buying garlic. Miss Linda said the store garlic came from China. Golly, I didn't know that. I guess that's why every time I use garlic, I always hear that song in my head. Everybody was kung fu fighting. I guess that's where that come from. I didn't know that. And Miss Pat, I hope that tree do you good. I was wanting to get a little bit more roots on it before I send it, but and it started getting cold. Didn't look like it was slowing down growing, so I went ahead and set it before it got too cold. Yeah, but I'll have a whole lot more cuttings, fig cuttings. Got a lot of bananas. Now, I got them Olympian figs that we rooted on my the, no, the second, the kickoff. I got those. They doing pretty good. I got about 2 or 3 of those left. But yeah, I thank y'all for coming out. Like I always say, if God be for you, who can be against you? No one. Y'all stay blessed.